This is the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. Kick back and hang with your hosts, Quixote, Lewis, and Joel. Let's mark out.
Yes, you are seeing the three-man band, three-person booth back in effect. We are all here. Welcome to episode 102 of On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.
I gotta let it out, Quixote. I'm sorry, I gotta let it out.
What's that?
Welcome everybody. The reason why look, I'm in a really good mood, one, because I'm reuniting with my brothers, right?
Yes.
But right before Quixote hit record for us to go live, we were just having a ball here. Listeners, we were pondering the idea of an On the Mark OnlyFans. we're totally joking, but it's like the idea is so preposterous that we just cracking up, man.
Listen, man, there's been stranger things, my friend.
I know.
You know, OnlyFans seems to be the spot right now. People are choosing that over just regular jobs. They're like, listen, I'll sell some feet pictures for $2,000 or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Who knows?
But yeah, I mean, in any case, we're happy to be recording again, reuniting. Joel, I know you just came back from overseas, so yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the work. Joel had an overseas work shindig that allowed him to go see Forbidden Door in person.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You experienced a lot, Joel.
Yeah.
Man, dude, how was let's go right into it because we got to hit this. How was it? What was the experience like? Tell the people about Forbidden Door, man.
Yes, sir, man. It was pretty cool to be able to have my work trip line up with AEW's pay-per-view in the UK. The UK fans, I got to give it up to them. They're very clever. The crowd was chanting some great, fun chants all night. Some of the highlights were Swerve's house in the middle of the street. That was a fun one. Yeah, the whole crowd was singing that. That was a great one.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
There was a couple other ones that were pretty good too. But just in general, crowd was incredible. I think we had almost 19,000 people in the O2. Give it up for AEW for that.
Yeah,
one,
man.
Right?
AEW,
Nice.
man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I could say for sure those numbers were not exaggerated. That place was packed, man. Like we did not have great seats, and that's probably what part of the reason why my footage from the night came out terrible. we were up there to my coworker when he bought the tickets for us, and he put it lightly. He said, "We're sitting in God's lap." I never heard that term before.
I never heard that before.
I was like, all right, I'm stealing that from now on.
That's
good. Hilarious. Yeah, and he wasn't lying, bro. By the time we got up to our seats, I felt like I had vertigo and I was about to fall right over. Bro.
Oh my god.
But to be fair, they were pretty high up, but it was a great view of right to the ring from the hard cam side. And man, what a night. Great matches all night long. We got there like midway into the first match, so like the Cope and Christian reunion match. So I didn't get to see that full match, but then from that match on, I was there and seated, and incredible matches all night long. Some of the matches were like, you could tell maybe a little rushed. Like I was expecting a little more from like Swerve versus Okada, but it seemed like they had to rush to finish a little bit. But besides that, man, that cage match tore the house down. Ospreay, certified legend in the UK.
Yeah.
Crowd went crazy. Nigel versus Zack Sabre Jr. The crowd went crazy. They knew how important that match was for UK. It was really cool.
Yeah.
At one point there was like a "This is wrestling" chant, British wrestling chant. It was really cool. Like they were just going in, and they had Johnny Saint in the crowd for that match too, with a UK wrestling legend, and the crowd knew who he was. They went crazy for him. When Ospreay came out for the final match, man, that's the loudest I ever heard a crowd of that size. Like that's their hometown guy. Like Ospreay is a certified star in the UK, and he came into that match. He climbed the cage right away. He just soaked it all in, and it was awesome to see that. So yeah, shout out to that final cage match too. They went crazy, man. Yeah. Freaking things I've never seen before. The fork and the ear to Darby Allin from John Moxley. That literally the whole crowd was gasping at that point. 19,000 people just gasping all at once, seeing that on the big screen. The freaking dive off the cage through the tables by Darby and Gabe Kidd. Incredible. The fun spot of Tanahashi looking like he was going to climb the cage, and all the baby faces telling him to stop. The whole crowd was laughing at that. That was a good fun little like lighthearted moment. And then also when the Bucks pulled out the gummy bears from the that was hilarious, man. The whole crowd was dying at that one, man. It was a good show, and the crowd, like I said, the crowd was great. I did have, funny enough, just like Lewis with his experience at All In, I did have a couple of losers behind me, man, talking crap about. I don't get this, man. I don't understand this. Lewis had the same thing when he was at All In. You spend money just to talk about how WWE is better than AEW while you're sitting there, and you're not letting everyone around you just enjoy the damn show, man. This guy was complaining about everything. Something cool would happen, and he would be like, "That's cool, but WWE would have done it this way." Like, I'm like, bro, just fucking relax and enjoy the show, man. At one point, he was like, "This is crazy. This makes no sense. This is that logic gap that AEW doesn't have, that WWE is better at." And I'm just like, man, if you're complaining this much, why are you even here, man? So I didn't get that, but I didn't let it ruin my night. Me and my coworkers enjoyed the rest of the wrestling show. Actually took somebody who has never ever been to a wrestling show. So nice. That was a cool experience. Cool. Had to show him like what I was like, explaining him the storylines as we went along, and he just like was flabbergasted by the athleticism. He really liked the pageantry. He thought it was really cool, and it was good to see something like that with someone who's never really watched it either. It's more of like basically his first, which is crazy. His first ever wrestling show is a freaking 5-on-5 cage match, you know, like so he got a nice like introduction into how crazy wrestling could be, but he really enjoyed it. He thought it was dope. So yeah, it was just a good time overall. And the UK, I just got to hand it out to the UK people, and they got livers of steel, man. That's all I can say. The way they be drinking, I don't know how they handle it, but somehow they do, and they handle their liquor pretty well. So nobody got too rowdy. I didn't see nobody getting crazy in the crowd or nothing like that. So shout out to the UK fans, man, for sure.
Nice, man. Shout out to the UK crowd. Joel was in person for Forbidden Door London. Lewis, do you have any thoughts on Forbidden Door? Is there anything you wanted to talk about or anything you wanted to add?
Nah, I was very entertained by Joel's account of being there in person. I didn't get to see the whole entire pay-per-view in its entirety. I saw from Hangman and MJF, the world title match, onward. So I just caught bits and pieces of everything else. But like Joel said, I mean, at least from the home viewer standpoint, it was a fun main event. You had a little bit of humor, violence, high flying, like everything rolled in one. I've always loved when AEW does these multi-man matches to headline pay-per-views, whether it's Stadium Stampede from COVID era or Anarchy in the Arena or Blood and Guts. They always find something new and innovative to do. And even if it's like a spot that seems familiar, they put their own little spin on it, if you will. Like the gummy bear, like who would have thought that the gummy bears is like the most hilarious thing? It's ridiculous, but like it works in the realm of AEW. So I thought that was very good. You know what's astounding to me, as Joel was describing the fork spot, that's the second time this summer that we've seen a sick fork spot in the main event. Because like John Moxley just That's his thing now. That's his go-to weapon. I mean, he was the recipient at All In Texas, but it was like you, Joel. Like at All In Texas, it was the collective gasp with that spot. And I'm like, but that's sick shit.
Yeah, yeah. I
It
saw the
really
clip.
is. Like for wrestling, that's a bit much.
Yeah, I saw the clips. God bless your boy Darby, man.
He's crazy.
He's game for anything. If they say, listen, Darby,
Yeah.
we're gonna throw you over Niagara Falls, he's gonna be like, yo, listen, just have a boat waiting for me if I make it. Like, just that sort of thing. He seems to be down for anything. And speaking of Darby, he took a sick spot last night on Dynamite. Your boy Claudio threw your boy over into the desk, and it was the most gnarly, nasty looking spot I've ever seen. Darby then gets up as if he is made of steel, not even injured, doesn't look hurt, continues the match. Your boy Darby, I think we're going to get a title on Darby real soon. The World Heavyweight title. It's almost like we got to give it to him because he is
You better give him something, man.
You got to give your boy something. And I think Darby's next. How long that will take, who knows? I don't think he's going to touch it for a minute. Hangman is killing it right now. His best run out of the run he had. This is his best.
For sure.
But I think Darby is definitely next in line in terms of a baby face to get that title. But man, what a spot that
was. But I got to address this. The haters online were like, we already saw that in NXT. This is the problem of AEW. They're trying too hard to be like WWE because that spot with what's his name?
Javon Evans.
Javon Evans.
Javon.
Yeah. And it was twice in the same week.
Yeah.
The first time he missed, he overshot the table.
Yeah, that was crazy.
that was crazy. And then it was that table spot on Heat Wave. So you know what? In my initial thinking too, I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought it was like a blatant copy of it. But hey, it's wrestling. There's nothing wrong with that. You just put your own spin on things. It's not like NXT invented that spot, So
true. That's true. Well, Joel, thank you for giving us that insight into Forbidden Door London. Yeah, man. We'll see. We'll see if we could get to another one. Next up is Clash in Paris. And someone pointed out something to me. The next few PLEs on, I believe, the WWE side are mostly across seas.
I noticed that.
So also, WWE, I don't know what WWE is on right now, but they have announced No Mercy for Saturday, September 27th, a week after WrestlePalooza, first pay-per-view that will be on, or PLE, that will be on ESPN. Crazy. WWE announces No Mercy on Saturday, September 27th, and Halloween Havoc, which is NXT's joint, on October 25th. They are pumping out these PLEs like it's nothing, bro. Like it is a week after WrestlePalooza.
I mean, let me get this straight. September 20th, you're counter programming All Out.
Yep.
Then you're only giving it a week before No Mercy, and then you're also having an NXT event in that same week. Same weekend.
Doesn't make sense at all. But since we're on the topic of WWE, we might as well talk about this Clash in Paris. We got John Cena versus Logan Paul as one of the matches, which I mean, fellas, the card on paper, you say to yourself, okay, should be entertaining. You also got Nikki Bella and Becky Lynch, which
not bad. The storyline has been pretty good.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued. Someone described Nikki Bella as a chick from 2012 trying to find out what it means to be cool in 2025. Like she just seems
Sheesh.
out of place.
Like she just came out of jail.
Like she just got out of jail. Like this is what cell phones do now. Like that sort of thing. Yeah, which I find very interesting. Now? Yeah, which I find very interesting because that's kind of true. But I am intrigued by this match a little bit, fellas. Any thoughts on Clash in Paris? We also got that 4-way: Seth Rollins, CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso. That's also part of the card. Any thoughts about Clash in Paris? Is this appointment viewing? What do you think, fellas? No appointment viewing.
I don't think anything that WWE does outside of the. No, that's a little harsh. Because I was going to say, I don't think that anything that they do outside of the big 4 or 5 is appointment viewing. That's a little harsh because it just depends on the card. But for this particular event, I would consider it appointment viewing. I don't think anything unpredictable is going to happen other than maybe a viral moment or two. But yeah, I don't see this being something where like I have to set time aside Sunday to watch it unless I have nothing to do on Sunday afternoon and I'm like a die hard into the product, the current product that is. The 4-way match will be fine. I'm sure that'll be a really fun match. But I'm not saying that the PLE is gonna be bad per se, but I don't think it's appointment viewing either.
Yeah, I agree with you. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, I'm a little confused by this card because if we're going off of SummerSlam, which was the last PLE, where's Brock?
Right. I'm almost thinking that Brock is probably gonna make
he might
a surprise appearance and attack John Cena after the match or something like that. I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. It just seems like they're waiting until the next big pay-per-view.
Yeah.
This might be a filler pay-per-view. I mean, match on paper, the matches look good. I know Sheamus and Rusev have been having a really good back and forth feud, so that's going to be a banger. Roman and Bronson Reed, that could actually be a pretty good match. I'd be interested to see how that goes.
Yeah.
And the Fatal 4-Way, I'm sure that'll be good too. I mean, yeah, on paper, this is a good card. Like, I'll watch it. I don't know if I'll watch it live, but I'll watch it. I'll catch the highlights, if anything. But it just seems weird. Like they're definitely just like waiting until Brock is ready. Also, I feel like this is such a waste of John Cena's final year.
Yeah.
Why is he? I mean,
like Logan Paul.
I had my rants about John Cena's final year already, but this is just ridiculous now. Like, what are we doing? Why are they not trying to build somebody new?
Yeah, I don't. Logan doesn't need this match. Like he's
established.
He's established. You're right, but I am looking forward to this sleeper hit right here, man.
Yeah, that could be good.
Yeah,
Bronson Reed. They need to make your boy look real good. He's got the Shuafala, which I love. It's you want to talk about bully. That's like bully from the streets bully. Like you got the shoes, you got both pairs of Jordans over your neck. I love it. And they gave him more time to talk on Raw. I think this could be even if Bronson loses, which he probably will. They need to make him look really strong for him to be believable so that once this vision breaks up, he can go off and start doing his thing. And now people are taking him seriously. And now he's not just like a big time jobber. You know what I'm saying? Like he's actually doing something. So I'm curious. This crap right here, I don't want to see any more of this. This got to be the blow off. I'm tired of seeing these two. I'm tired of Rusev being in spots where it means nothing. He could have done this in AEW, but he decides to come to WWE, maybe for the bigger check, but to do essentially the same thing that he was doing in AEW. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Rusev, whatever. It's crap to me. I don't know. It just doesn't mean anything. But yeah, they're just biding time, fellas, until they can... Until this whole thing in terms of John Cena Brock Lesnar, which rumors are may happen at this WrestlePalooza. They're saying they might do it there. But I don't know. And like I mentioned before, I gotta show you guys this. WWE is on a roll. They announced not only just the, like I mentioned before, Halloween Havoc, but they announced another PLE No Mercy September 27th, the week after WrestlePalooza. They're countering all out, or all out. They're countering all out on September 20th, and now just a week later, just to do another PLE.
Well, it's my birthday weekend, so maybe I'll tune in.
Maybe you'll tune in.
There you go.
But yeah, man, so I wanted to. So Lewis, you informed us, or me, of some major inside the ring disaster stuff. My God, Raja Jackson, your boy went into business for himself. I don't even know what happened. Lewis, break it down for me, man. Did your boy just snap? The son of Rampage Jackson just went on a damn near killing spree.
Yeah, the thing that makes this disturbing is that it would be different if he quote unquote snapped, which he did, but this was more premeditated. Mm-hmm. So Knox Pro Wrestling, it's an indie promotion. Rikishi's affiliated with it. So there was footage of Rampage Jackson's son, Raja Jackson, backstage or outside in the lot where all the wrestlers are planning all their segments and stuff. Raja Jackson was with this wrestler named Psycho Stu, and Psycho Stu, based on the context of the clip, was under the impression that he was part of the talent. So they wanted to rehearse. He wanted to rehearse a spot. So he took a prop beer can, smashed it over Raja's head, and Raja took offense to it. He was upset. Now, later on during the week, they showed a clip of Psycho Stu apologizing to Raja. Just basically saying, "Hey, my bad. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know that you were, you weren't a worker." And Raja acknowledges the apology and says, "Nah, I appreciate that, bro." Then this is where it starts to get real messy and ugly. Yeah. So there's multiple clips of Raja. You can hear him saying his plan, right? Of nah, bro, fuck that. He's gonna get his receipt. I'm gonna go in, and because he was planning to do a spot. He was gonna run in and do his spot, but he's kind of taking it a bit further, like explaining it to people on camera and all of that. So you fast forward to the main thing, the main incident. He runs into the ring and he drops Psycho Stu. And I read later on when he dropped him, that's what knocked him out. It wasn't actually the first punch.
Oh.
So he lifts him up like he's supposed to, but then when he drops him as if like it's MMA. And I guess Psycho Stu wasn't prepared to land a certain way. But right after, he just starts wailing on him, like punching him repeatedly. And it's disturbing because you can tell that Psycho Stu is just defenseless, like he's not even conscious. Because when you're getting hit, like you even if you're on the floor, you're gonna put your hands up, you're gonna do something to try to defend yourself. But this dude is like knocked out, and Raja is just boom, 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 boom. And then finally, after like 12.5 punches to the face, that's when the talent caught wind of like, oh shit, like he's actually gonna kill him. So then they pull him to the side, and then there's this whole thing. And then there was an additional clip of like Raja like he's walking out, and the wrestlers are like, "Yo, we need to leave because like you're bugging out, whatever." But Raja's like, "Nah, man, fuck that. I'm tired of y'all people fucking with me," or something like that. It just he just didn't come across as being well in head. But unfortunately, Psycho Stu ended up obviously concussed, but he suffered broken bones.
Oof.
Allegedly, he suffered loose, missing teeth and all that. But the news broke out either earlier today or yesterday that he finally regained consciousness in the hospital. They had a GoFundMe that raised over $100K. So thank God he's doing well. But the thing that makes this so problematic, like I don't know the full extent. This is all the things that I'm putting together based on the reports and the clips that we've seen. I don't know if there was like a previous history with Raja and that promotion and Psycho Stu and the other wrestlers, but based on what I seen, that attack was heinous.
Yeah,
that it just was. I don't care what his reasoning was, because giving someone a receipt like immediately after something happened or whatever, like that's one thing, right? But he went into business for himself and tried to kill the man. Like he's a trained MMA fighter. So if he wanted to, who knows what would have happened to this poor wrestler if the other guys didn't jump in and try to break it up. So in my humble opinion, I think that he should be in handcuffs. I think that this man should be in jail. Yeah. And if I was Psycho Stu, I would be pressing charges, bro. Like I would absolutely 1000% be pressing charges for, I don't know what, attempted murder, assault, whatever you got to do. But like he just can't get away scot-free for something like that. That is inexcusable. You do not do that to somebody else, especially after they apologize to you. Yeah. That's the most disturbing thing. And you acknowledge the apology. There's footage of him acknowledging the apology. He's like, I appreciate that, bro. Because there was a miscommunication, obviously. So, like, the really? Like, you're trying to kill this man.
Came from
I think what makes this even worse is he didn't even show much remorse for it. You know what I mean? Like he was carrying himself as if Psycho Stu deserved that level of punishment. Like he deserved that type of receipt, if you will.
So it's this is all because of the prop bottle that he didn't know was a prop, or he knew it was prop, but he took it personally because he smashed over his head in like.
I think he just felt embarrassed. But the thing is, again, there was a follow-up clip days later that puts the context together of the whole narrative that, like, yeah, Psycho Stu just didn't know that he wasn't one of the workers. Because I guess Psycho Stu didn't know that he was Rampage. He was Raja Jackson. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know the story behind them preparing for the match, but he owned up to it. He's like, "Yo, my fault, man. Like, I didn't mean that. Like, sorry. I didn't realize you weren't a worker."
Damn.
So
I agree with you, Lou.
WWE, Knox Pro Wrestling is a WWE ID affiliate. So the day after, WWE, they unfollowed them on social media. They allegedly unfollowed Rikishi.
Oof.
So yeah, that's WWE was like, we want no part of this. Like you as a promotion, you guys can go fuck yourself. Yeah. Like if you let something like that go down, you guys can whatever.
Damn.
Another crazy thing. This is like the last crazy thing. They had the audacity after Psycho Stu was attacked and he's unconscious. Someone came in the ring and pinned him. To finish the match. And the ref counts to 3. But it's like it fell on deaf ears because it's like, huh?
We just witnessed the attempted murder.
Yeah, you didn't
like what? Come on, ref. Like, at this point, like I don't even want to watch wrestling. Like I'm more concerned about the man's well-being.
This is crazy.
Yo, who gave? Yo,
that's what
come
I'm
on.
saying.
Joel,
this has been a crazy story for the past few days. Like I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I missed a lot of this, but I kind of got caught up on it. But man, you just know there was a lot of like errors on
Yeah.
like in the chain of communication or whatever it is. I mean, whoever, because Raja was like picked to do a running spot. That's what I know of, right? So
Right.
he was a talent for that night at least. Someone didn't tell him that wrestling's fake or something. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
someone didn't tell him that this is not how shit gets down over here. Like, come
This
on,
is not how
like,
we do it.
yeah, I think Swerve actually tweeted, and I think it was a great tweet. He tweeted like, "It's time to start gatekeeping wrestling again."
Word.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, and it like honestly, I think this is like one of the big things that we've all been talking about as like pure wrestling fans. We don't really like when the celebrities are involved. We don't like when they got boxing people or MMA involved. We like wrestling because we're wrestling fans, pure wrestling fans. And then like it's not the same, but look at when Travis Scott got in the freaking Elimination Chamber and he fucking punched Cody Rhodes in the eye.
Broke his
Yeah.
orbital bone.
Yeah,
man.
like these
Yeah.
guys aren't trained to hold their punches. They don't know what it means to hold your punches. And then it sounds like Raja has a couple screws loose. So like, I'm blaming the promoter a little bit on this. If you like, you should know not to get someone who has obvious mental issues in the damn wrestling ring with your workers. Like that's not safe. And like, there's just so many things that could have happened to prevent this, and it just seems like a bunch of people dropped the ball. And yeah, like you said, like Raja probably should be considered like to either have some jail time or whatever it is if Stu does press charges, because that's crazy, man. Like I saw the clip, I think it was 22 punches. Like that is
my God.
Yeah.
to an unconscious person. That is crazy, man. And he was not, like you said, he was knocked out from the moment he hit the canvas, from the first slam, because he did not try to defend himself at all. He was gone, bro. So he was just taking 22 punches as an unconscious person. That's crazy. Like that's not even, UFC doesn't even allow that. You know?
Right, exactly.
As soon as someone is knocked out, the referee's on top of them to stop that.
Exactly.
Because even the UFC, which is barbaric by a lot of people's standards, knows how dangerous it is to get hit when you're unconscious. Like that's crazy, man. I don't understand how this happened. And like Swerve said, we need to start gatekeeping this. Like this is a profession. At the end of the day, a lot of people think they could train for a month and then go out there. Like, nah, man. These people have given their lives and their livelihood to do this. And these are indie wrestlers, man. So you know they're not getting paid a lot. They're doing this for a freaking handshake and a hot dog sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
So like to get put on the shelf like that, who knows if he has another job that he has to go to and now he can't make it to his regular work. Who knows if he's providing for his family and now he's out. Like, thank God for the GoFundMe, but shish, like hopefully he's good. Hopefully he has all his senses when he gets back. Like, man, I just don't even know what to say. When I saw that clip, I was like, what the fuck? This isn't wrestling, bro. Like that is some disgusting mud shit, you know? Like you don't. And then I'm glad WWE kind of cut ties with the promotion like that, because I feel like you need to learn a lesson. It sucks for the wrestlers that are involved in that promotion, but that promoter needs to learn a lesson. Like, man, we can't just have anybody in there with our talent. It's crazy.
Gatekeep, bro. Like this is what I'm saying, man. Like, yo, Raja's a menace. Lock homeboy up, cuffs and all.
Another thing too with the whole, I think from what I heard, he was streaming live, right? Like on Twitch or something this whole time. So like his chat was like hyping him up and stuff. And you know, like these people online, they don't know.
No, they're
like they just say things and they don't realize that their comments have, you know, like they hold weight. Especially if someone, like Lewis said, he might have been embarrassed. That clip might have gone out there, and now people are saying like, "Oh, you got hit by a can," or whatever. And now he got his whole chat hyping him up. And now, like these younger people now, that online is everything, man. So if you're embarrassed online and their chat is telling like, "Oh, you got to do something about it," and he goes and does something about it, now look at that, man. He might get charges pressed. He might go to jail because of this shit, just because of some bullshit.
And that was hours later.
Crazy.
Okay, that was literally hours after he got the beer crashed on his head, smashed on his head. So again, it wasn't such a cause and effect type of thing. You know, he had time to process
Think about it, yeah.
and premeditate what he was going to do. So he knew he was going to go out and hurt him.
Damn. We'll keep our eyes glued to see if there's any more updates from this and see what happens to actual Raja, who is apparently walking around free and just kind of doing his thing still, while a man is recovering from concussions and broken bones and trying to find out what he's going to do with his livelihood moving forward, which is unfortunate. Listen, I'm with Swerve.
Well, shout out and prayers to Psycho Stu.
Yeah,
I'm glad that he's okay.
Hashtag Gatekeep. Keep that up, man, because some of these guys don't get it. You know what I'm saying? They just don't get it. They don't get the art form. But anyway, speaking of the art form, fellas, we come to AEW facing a slight dilemma.
Uh-oh.
Two big names, Will Ospreay and Swerve Strickland, will be out for some time. Joel and I had a conversation of who would we push in AEW right now, and this man's face came up, or his name came up, Will Ospreay. And Will's gonna be gone. He's getting that.
Yeah.
What is it? Neck surgery.
Yep.
And that is
like
a
you
hit or
hear
miss.
neck surgery, that's like a year, bro.
Yeah, that's a hit or miss, man. Yeah, not too many people come back fully the same. Edge was blessed enough to come back. We're still waiting to hear what's happening with Kevin Owens. Who knows? Bryan Danielson was blessed enough to come back to an extent. Ospreay would be a major loss if he wasn't able to come back, but we'll keep prayers up and see what happens with him. But and also Swerve, I believe a knee issue or something with the leg. He's going to be out for some time. Fellas, where does AEW go, or who do they turn to start immediately pushing in that babyface role when you got two of the biggest names now on the shelf? Who you going with? Lou, who you going with, man?
I'm gonna go with Kenny Omega and Darby Allin.
Okay.
Because those are two of the safest names that have been around since AEW's inception. Darby Allin is crazy over. He's a spot monkey to a certain degree, but he always entertains. The fans go nuts for him. He could take every bump imaginable. Like he's really the modern hardcore legend. Like him and John Moxley are like Supermen, like invincible. The only thing that holds Darby Allin back is his size. But I think if we're thinking in terms of appeal and marketability, he's got the face paint. He doesn't necessarily fit the physical profile of a wrestler, but he looks like a relatable guy that has no quit when he fights. And he's an underdog. Those are the types of wrestlers that are most endearing to fans at times. So why not, push him and see where they go from there. And Kenny Omega's Kenny Omega. He's one of the greatest of the 21st century. So it would make sense, right? But we're talking baby faces. Like as far as heels, I don't know. But as far as baby faces are concerned, if we want to put two people to carry the company, I would put my money on them.
Yeah. How about you, Joe? What you got?
Yeah, I think those are some solid picks. I think Kenny Omega seems like he's back for a full-time run now. So that'd be good. It'd be good to have him back. And then another person I think, and they're starting to show that he's turning soon, is Konosuke Takeshita. Seems like he's been leaning towards that babyface route. He just won the G1 in Japan.
Yeah.
And this past week on Dynamite, we saw him and Okada kind of face off a little bit. So I could see Takeshita getting a big babyface push soon. He seems like he's the breakout out of the Don Callis family. I think that whole Don Callis family is basically built to make him a big star one day. So I could see him being a big babyface that actually probably will benefit from Ospreay and Swerve being out for a bit.
Oh, yeah.
And then besides that, I think you stick with Old Faithful. You stick with Hangman. You stick with MJF as your top heel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they could carry it. I mean, yeah, Ospreay will probably be a year for recovery and everything after the neck surgery. I could see Swerve back probably in 3 to 6 months or something like that. So I don't think he'll be gone too long. But yeah, Ospreay being gone for a year is definitely going to hurt them because he's their biggest babyface besides Hangman. But when he comes back, that ovation is going to be crazy.
Man.
And that's when you crown him as the next big guy. You know, that's when you give him the world title. And hopefully maybe by next year, All In London, if he's ready.
Hopefully.
Yeah. That could be what they're shooting for, which in this case would be incredible to have him come out, not even come out, but be teased somehow that he's challenging for the championship. Or whatever.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, man, that London crowd, when he came out, man. And then it was really cool because they had like a package for him beforehand, and it was narrated by Alex Windsor, his girlfriend.
Yeah,
and like it was like emotional. It was good, saying like that everyone knew that he was getting the neck surgery, even though they did the write off after the match. But like just knowing that this guy was fucking doing moonsaults off a steel cage with a broken neck, basically. Like this guy is dedicated. He's maybe too dedicated. Like he's willing to give it all for AEW. He said it multiple times in interviews and in promos. He really believes in AEW. So you got to kind of you got to reward him, and you got to give him that big spot at next year's All In if he's ready. Yeah. Like you said, if he's not ready to compete at All In, give him that like end of the pay-per-view he comes out to challenge type spot or something like that, because him in London is like freaking, I don't even know, it's like fucking Hulk Hogan in Madison Square Garden back in the day. Like that's how,
or CM Punk in Chicago.
Yeah, that's how big he was, like honestly. So it makes sense to give him that spot next year. Hopefully he's good.
Well, listen, prayers up for Ospreay for a speedy recovery, man. That's a huge loss, but like you said, major payoff when he comes back. He'll be ready. And this brings up the conversation which I was seeing online and hearing on some podcasts is, do these guys who have the neck issues, the knee issues, or whatever could keep them out of wrestling for long periods of time, should they consider changing the style that they wrestle? Like Ospreay, if everything works out, should be back within the year or in a year. Should he consider changing his style of wrestling? Or he's just got to keep going in. If doctors say he's good, then keep doing what you're doing. What would you do?
Nah, I would consider changing up the style, because that's a big reason why the old heads always preach against the high flyer, high risk maneuver style of wrestling, because you got to think about your age. You know, you don't stay young forever, and especially in the world of pro wrestling, you know, your body starts to slow down. Your healing time and your recovery time gets altered. It's just father time. And I think that when these cats are young, they want to do all of these things at a rapid pace because they can keep up with it. They're still young. But, you know, once you hit 30, 31, 32, it's not the same. So these wrestlers, especially the younger ones that are breaking into the business or just getting into the spotlight, they kind of have to start I don't want to say like completely modifying their moveset, but making the high risk maneuvers feel more special. So like reserving those for like, you know, the big time matches, the big time championship matches, but doing it frequently on a weekly basis. Will Ospreay is an unfortunate example, you know, that style, it caught up to him. Will Ospreay is fucking amazing, and I'm grateful that he's entertained us for the past 8 to 10 years. But look where he's at now. He's still relatively young, but now he's going to have career-altering neck surgery.
Yeah.
Is he physically going to be the same? Who knows? But if I were Will Ospreay, I would consider changing it up just a bit to where he's not taking so many neck bumps, or he's not doing so many of those high flying, high risk
Right.
maneuvers. Because you want to think about longevity.
Mhm.
You're not going to wrestle forever, but if you want to take it into your 40s, like, you want to at least be healthy doing it. So
Yeah. True. How about you, Joe? You changing it up, man?
Yeah, I agree. I think Osprey has kind of built up he went hard for so long that we don't need that anymore from him, in a sense. We know what he's capable of. We don't need to see as much of the neck bumps or the crazy high flying moves anymore. And he's quietly a really good like mat based wrestler too when he wants to. Like, he's had classic matches with Danielson and MJF where he barely got off the ground. So like I think I think he's kind of proven all that, and he's kind of done that, and now he's, like you said, he has to like deal with it with the neck injury and stuff. But it's almost like, in order for him to get to where he was now, he needed to do that. So like I don't blame him for his style, but now it's time to adapt and just become more of a mat based wrestler. You could still, like Lewis said, bring out the big moves for the big matches, but like for the most part, we know what he's capable of. We know he could put on a banger. He doesn't need to go 100 miles an hour every match anymore.
yeah,
So
Yeah, man. Well, once again, Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland out for a while. AEW will pivot. Kenny's back. Darby's doing his thing, crashing into everything he could think of. The show seems pretty solid overall. The women are doing their thing also on the women's side. AEW is moving, but they got to do something, like I always say, fellas. There's got to be something that they could do to alter this counter programming by WWE. Maybe going head to head may work. I don't know. But AEW, to me, need to start being on the offensive. We got to start thinking of some plays to do here. One play, which me and you, all of us, I think we've all mentioned, is they got to move those pay-per-views to Max. Like, immediately. Like, come on, man. You got these big name UFC, WWE, boxing in most cases, all moving their stuff, their special programming to streaming services. WWE is on at least 4 maybe. AEW's got to follow suit. I know they make good money with they do pretty well with the pay-per-views, but it'll be a game changer if they can get that on Max, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
fellas, any other things we want to discuss before we end episode 1 of 2 of On the Mark Wrestling Podcast?
Well, I think I can speak for all three of us when I say we will not be doing an OnlyFans for On the Mark Wrestling Podcast.
Never say never, Lou.
Never say never.
Listen, I'm out of it.
If it gets us paid,
hurt hard.
if it gets us paid.
Man, that had me cracking up at the beginning of this broadcast, if you will.
Listen. I'm not shaming. I'll dance to some Genuine if I have to, man. I'll do some.
Oh man.
Do some pony, you know what I'm saying?
For the sickos.
For the sickos.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man. You know what I'm saying? But don't look for that OnlyFans though. Don't look for that. But listen, y'all, thank you for joining us for episode 102 of On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. The fellas here, we thank you always for liking the stuff, following us, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. We appreciate you. We love you guys. We'll keep bringing out this content. We'll get the 3-man booth in as much as we can. But if we don't have the 3, it's gonna be 2. You're gonna get 2 of us. We're gonna bring you something. But fellas, I think next show we should do something different. maybe the women's Mount Rushmore that we've been talking about.
That'd
Maybe
be pretty
the
good.
Women's Mount Rushmore. Yeah,
Like
I think
that,
we
like
might.
that.
I think we might have to do the women's Mount Rushmore, and then I think we did our top 10,
Yes.
and then
sir.
we did like a combined thing, which was good. Which I might repost, by the way, and see if we get something from it. But
Yeah, man, let's
listen,
do
y'all.
it.
Yeah, I'm with it. Listen, y'all. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace out.
You have just listened to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, a Scriptly adapted production. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube at On the Mark Wrestling. And email us on onthemarkpodcast@gmail.com.